Hi everyone, here's an easy way to paint using watercolors left over on your palette. I'm just drawing a very vague outline to show where my wave ends. And we start painting. I first wet the paper and that's my palette right there. I'm going to use different colors right from there, mainly blues and greens. I can always add if I need any more. I'm just adding the first wash. And slowly, as you will see, I build up the layers. I'm going to add a bit of texture too. You can add as many layers as you like. I have a lot of darks on my palette, so I'm going to add them and let's see what the result is like. It's always nice to experiment whenever you have a chance and see what you can come up with, and everything is a learning experience, so you need not be afraid of, you might just hit upon a new technique. Just enjoy the process. I'm adding a little texture. Just dabbing with my brush really. The paint is still a little damp, so it's a little bit of wet on wet. Now, initially I did think that this looked a little dark, but you'll see in the end, the colors do even out. Watercolors, when dried, look lighter than when they are freshly painted. Let's see how this turns out. I'm adding a little bit of green towards the end where the wave will be, just for a little interest, The color is different as the wave is nearer to the beach. Let's see how it looks in the end. I'm just setting some basic course for my waves to be. That's the beach. Now for the beach, I had a little bit of green and yellow, and I've just mixed the two. Like I said, I'm using whatever's on my palette, and that's a great way to try out new things, I'm laying the foundation for the foam and the waves. That's just a basic idea. And then I will add more detail. And now for the fun part, I'm using white gouache for this because it's very opaque and it has a nice contrast effect. All I'm doing is just using my rigger brush. It's a very thin brush, and I'm just making little lines and squiggles just to indicate or suggest foam. few more lines and squiggles and foam as the waves rush towards the shore. This rigger brush is one of my favorite brushes. It's from Princeton, and it allows me to give some very minute detail to my paintings, and it's a brush I wouldn't do without. This is a very quick painting, just a suggestion really, but you can add more details. A little more sand on the beach, some seashells, just to add a little more interest to your piece. A little more foam. This is like an aerial view of the beach. Just building up a little more detail in foam and texture. I'm going to go over the foam on the shore just to give it a little shadow effect. But then now I feel that perhaps it's a little dark. Maybe I'll go over it with a little gouache. I think that's better. Then I think I'll call it ready. It's the final touch. And to remove the masking tape so I have a clean edge. And here's what it looks like. I hope this video encourages you to paint your own masterpiece. Experiment and enjoy it. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, like, and do leave a comment. That's the final result. And that's my palette. Thank you for watching.